Hi, I'm Pastor Mike Yeager from Jesus is Lord Ministries. I want to share with you an incredible true testimony of the multiplication of money. It happened in March, I think it was about 2016. And our congregation that morning was quite small. The weather was quite nasty. And so after the service, I came home with my wife like we normally do. And we were sitting in the same office, and she was sitting off to my right, I was to the left. And I pulled the money out of the money bag like I normally do. And I had, some ones, and I had some fives, and I had a small pile of 20s. Now, as I looked at that pile of 20s, I kind of guessed that it was about maybe $300 worth of 20s. That's what I thought. And what I like to do is I like to create piles of 100s. So what I did is I started by counting out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I put the pile down. And then I counted another pile, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I put the pile down. And then I counted another pile of fives,
20s.
Of 20s. And so when I looked at that, there was $300 there, but the pile I began with had not gone down at all. So I got excited. I thought, what is happening here? So then I counted out another pile of fives, and the pile didn't go down. And I counted out another pile of fives, and the pile didn't go down. And I counted out another pile of 5 20s, and the pile didn't go down. And here I was now with approximately $700 worth of 20s, and the pile didn't go down. And then I counted out another pile of 20s, and the pile didn't go down. Well, my wife is sitting off to my right, and the hair is standing up on the back of my neck. And I thought, should I tell her? I thought, no, I don't want to intervene in this miracle of multiplication that is happening right now. So I counted out another pile of 20s, 5, another $100, and the pile didn't seem to go down at all. And then I counted out another pile of 20s, and the pile didn't go down. And I counted out another pile of 20s, and the pile didn't go down. So now I'm talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm talking $1,000 worth of 20s that began with just a small pile of 20s, which is exactly still the same height. And so you can imagine here I am at $1,000, and my pile is still the same. So I counted out another pile, and I counted out another pile, and I counted out another pile, and it kept on coming, and I counted out another pile, and it kept on coming, and I counted out another pile. And so here I am. Now I'm headed up with approximately $1,500 worth of 20s, and still that pile of 20s that I had in my hand was still the same. And so I counted out, and now by this time I'm just about ready to, I don't know, I'm so excited, and I'm so amazed that if you could have seen my face, my eyes were probably just really big and large. So I counted out another pile, and I counted out another pile, and I counted out another pile, and it kept on going like this until finally I got to the last 5 20s that were in my hand. And I had seen God take, I think, about $300 worth of 20s, and he had turned them into $2,200. Now, why did the miracle stop, Pastor Mike? I'm not quite sure. It could have been that I was looking too much now to the pile of money instead of God. Now, we've seen God do multiplication like this through the years. I know there was some winters ago that I had a 1,000-gallon LP gas tank outside of the church, and I came in early in the morning, and our sanctuary will sit 800 people, so it takes a lot of fuel to heat that building. And so I turned on the heat, and right away I could smell like the garlic smell in the air, which means that the LP tank is empty. And so I went out back and I looked at the 1,000-gallon tank, and because I've been pastor here for over 30 years, I know when we're out of gas, LP gas. And I looked and it read 0. It was below empty. So I thought, okay, what am I going to do? In a natural, we don't have no money. And of course, we couldn't probably get the fuel tank early there that morning anyways. So I laid my hands on the tank and I asked God to do one or two things. I said, Lord, either keep this fuel tank going or provide the finances we need. And so then I went in, because when I had smelled the garlic in the air, I immediately shut down the heaters, the LP heaters. So I went in, and just by faith, I turned on all the LP heaters, turned them all on, and they all kicked on. And it ran. Well, that Sunday morning it ran. Sunday night it ran. Thursday night it ran. So Sunday morning, the next Sunday morning, I told the congregation, I said, this is what's happening. Our LP tank is empty. I laid my hands on it. I asked God to do a miracle. And I said, it's running. It was empty last Sunday. Let's go out and take a look. So we all marched out in the snow and we looked at the LP tank, and it was still empty. So every service that I could encourage the people to go out and look, they would go out for not 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, 8 weeks, 9 weeks, for 2.5 months, until basically the spring was here. We ran our church on an empty 1,000-gallon LP gas tank. And this is the miracle of multiplication. And so I just wanted to share this testimony with you about how miraculous and how supernatural we have seen God provide again and again and again. God bless you.